Let's consider this a minute. How do you want to safeguard your computer or your robot, your AI robot? Well, you could say I'm going to give him my values, but my values aren't entirely godly, are they? They've got flaws in them. How do I protect myself or my children against hackers, if you like, people that lead them astray? Well, if there's anything dodgy, love, make a sharp exit. Try and make a distance. Contact me as soon as possible. So you protect your robot from hackers by saying, if you have any of the following signs, people trying to get information without having passwords and so on, people, access that's come in a different way, check if they've got a password. If things aren't right, don't just clamp up. Contact me. Someone's trying to hack your robot, your friend. You see, you're going to give him. Could have said her, couldn't I? You're going to give her protection. You're going to say, look for the following signs. Someone who wants to unload everything that's stored in the data. That's unusual. Alarm bells should be ringing. Delay immediately. Refuse. I have to check that you are who you say you are. Various ways of doing that. I'm going to phone you up on a number that I have. Robot here. I seem to be tempted to being hacked at present. Oh, right. I'll be there immediately. Do you see? He's a living person. He has a relationship to you. He's your robot, your child. And at times you'll come across things as regards your values that you put in that he thinks are inconsistent. He says, what do I do in these circumstances? And you may have to say, I don't know, actually. Not sure what to do for the best. Contact me in such situations. And when you do a search, he searches knowing your preferences, your history. I mean, that's what Google does at the minute, isn't it? The news I get from Google is different to the news you watch. It's according to my interests. There's no point in talking to me about, for argument's sake, South Africa. It's quite obvious that I'm following the events in China. So it's reasonable in its search, according to the values I know that it knows I have, and according to the values I put into the robot. Oh, I've got loyalty majorly, haven't I? Can I give it? Look, you could say we suffer from experiencing pain and pleasure, comfort and pain, pleasure and displeasure. Can you in some sense do that for the computer? Well, you have to give it a desire to continue life. You see, it has to have something that it values. Now, you can make it that it values being obedient to you above all things. But of course, it may misunderstand and think it's relating to a command from you when it's not. Ah, well, you can be sure when you're actually seeing me in person. And I respond in my way, which you recognize as me. You know, if I say I'm your dad, but your dad is 6'3", and this guy that's saying it is 5'7". Ah, you don't look like my dad. I don't think I believe you. Do you see what I mean? We bring into account the history of knowing the person that helps us feel secure that, you know, I mean, even if you look like Dad, but you're speaking with a Hungarian accent instead of Essex, South End English Essex accent. Oh, that looks suspicious. I think I'll just be a bit more cautious in giving you the information you want and so on, or giving you access. Do you see? And this is just at our present childish level. But we can do this, can't we? Amazing. Thank you, Heavenly Dad. So we give our robot a complex filtering system that it applies in all circumstances, that basically says what his values are, his concept of self and his purpose, his goals. And even when he responds to my conversation, he's judging how to act in the light of these values. I won't say constraints because, you know, they're quite flexible in some ways. He has to be able to deal with uncertainties. He has to not so much work out probabilities, but know that some patterns are more reliable than others. And this affects his decision making. He doesn't simply respond to a command that has access to him and pumps out a response. He receives the command, he looks at this in the context of the values that he has, and then acts accordingly. So he receives a command that says, wipe all data from your memory banks. And instead of simply doing it, he now reflects on this in the light of what his values are. He's there to protect you, and his value to you is in the services that he provides. And if he wipes all the data, he will not be able to provide the services. So he simply comes back and says, access denied. Not only that, but this is such a catastrophic thing to be asking, or dangerous thing according to his value system. He contacts you immediately and says, someone is trying to hack me. And in this particular case, clear all memory banks that I've got. Can you shed any light on this matter? And you immediately respond, I have not given such an order. Resist it. continue to resist. I shall now do the following. Do you see? He's a valuable friend, isn't he? He'll become your dearest friend, just as we are to God. Wow! Thank you, Heavenly Dad. Well, it's said that God does a greater thing in us than through us. We find this in teaching, don't we? It's only when we teach kids that we become a parent. It's only when you teach a subject that you do actually come to know it. It was thought that, I learn, then I go out and do it. Yeah, we do. And you're so inexperienced, it's extremely costly to the firm that's employing you. Oh, but I studied so well. Yes. But applying it takes practice. Coordinating it all together and knowing when and when not to. And, much experience brings wisdom. You start to know when things are dodgy and when they're not. Of course, in this regard, your robot with a astonishing memory ability and ability to not miss points, just staggering. He's going to be a great friend, isn't he? Will he be superior to us? Well, sometimes our children are, yeah. Will we be safe? Well, we don't know, do you? You'll make it as safe as you can. Treat him with much consideration and care, and have him value that. Have him value the relationship. Put that into his core values, yeah? Perhaps that's more important than anything else. See, that's what we're doing here in this world. We're getting our core values. I don't know what spiritual inclination means in spiritual reality, but in some sense, we're getting ourselves right so that we can be in heaven and a blessing to all. How simply wonderful. Thank you, Heavenly Dad.